Welcome to Delegate365. This is video 9. Here we show how Delegate365 supports administrators in the license management of Office 365. Each administrator can see an overview of his users, OUs, and licenses in the Delegate365 dashboard. Let's start with the administration menu and the license information. Office 365 uses so-called plans which define what services a user gets. In here we can rename the license plans and define a friendly name for special licenses within our organization. This makes sense, for example for large enterprises who want to use specific license names like Office License instead of Plan E3 so that the scope administrators know that they shall use that license for their default user type. The license information name is used within Delegate365 to make the life of admins easier. The names can be modified or deleted anytime. Delegate365 supports also license quotas. This means that global administrators can define how many user licenses each OU can get. In our sample we add a new license quote. We pick OU New York and our office license. Then we set a quota of 10 licenses for this OU. Additionally, the admin can define if that quota is just informal or shall be enforced. Informational means the admins get a notification that if they use more user licenses then what's their limit. If we set the enforced check, all admins in that OU can only use up to 10 licenses and not more. Many customers set the enforce flag to limit the licenses for their organizational units. In this sample we add another enforced license quota for OU Seattle with 5 user licenses. Remember, the license quotas are valid and enforced within Delegate365. They can be changed or deleted anytime. In here again, licenses can be set in Delegate365 per user. Additionally, administrators can set licenses for a bunch of users in one step. This can be accomplished in the Assign Licenses menu. In that list the administrator sees all his users with their Office 365 licenses. This list can be filtered and exported as CSV file or as Excel file. The export function is very helpful to continue working with the licensing information or for further reporting. Note, the license information is updated automatically with the periodic background sync. Anyway, to ensure that the right set of license information is displayed, you can synchronize your Office 365 data manually anytime. See video 2 and 3 for more information about the sync function. We can filter the users list as usual and mark the desired users. Now we select the licenses these users shall get. We mark the whole set of licenses and deselect the Office Professional Plus plan. After clicking the Assign button and confirming the licenses will be set. It's important to know that this action replaces eventually existing licenses with the plan we just set. So ensure that you don't select only users whose licenses you want to change. If you want to remove licenses to the same and don't select any license like you can see here. The license information in the list is updated immediately. Also note that if license quotas are set and too much users are selected, the operation cannot be fulfilled. The administrator gets a message saying that too much licenses would be used. The administrator then has to reduce the number of selected users till he is under the limit set. You see, it's very easy to set, change or delete Office 365 licenses for multiple users. Now we opened the Delegate365 portal as Scope Administrator John. John can set the Office 365 license of each user. In this sample we change the licenses of user Paul and deselect some plans. You can see that we in the license named Office License John has used 1 out of 10 licenses he has available. Also the Scope Administrator can do the license mass assignment as shown before. If a scope administrator runs out of licenses he can use a simple workflow in Delegate365. In the License Orders menu John can request additional licenses for his OU New York. In our sample there are 3 more licenses needed. So the request is sent to the Delegate365 license administrator. The status of the request is pending. We switch back to the global administrator and have a look into the license orders. In here we see the request of a scope administrator of the OU New York for 3 additional licenses. When clicking Edit we see the details of that order. John needs more Office licenses for his OU New York. The administrator now can add any number of licenses to that OU and set the status to provisioned or rejected. In our sample we add 2 more licenses. This request has been fulfilled and is finished. John gets an info about the license status. If we now check back in the administration menu in the license quotas, you can see that this license request we just accomplished has increased the license quota of 10 to now 12 because the administrator accepted 2 more licenses to that OU. Of course we can still change the quota manually in here too. Note, setting license quotas or adding licenses in Delegate365 is an organizational setting. This does not affect the number of licenses in the Office 365 tenant. If you add licenses in Delegate365, we assume that there are enough licenses for usage or that the license quotas in Delegate365 does not exceed the number of bought licenses. Additional Office 365 licenses have to be bought at your reseller or at Microsoft. You have seen that it's easy to set and change licenses for users in Delegate365. Continue with video 10 and see how the notification center works.